Monica Makes It Happen podcast is proudly supported by Goya. If it's Goya, it has to be good. And by JP Morgan Chase, New York's hometown bank for over 225 years.
And you're watching the Monica Makes It Happen podcast number 27. We're taking it on the road. We are one-on-one with Anna Almanzar, the Deputy Mayor for Strategic Initiatives for New York City, New York City's first Dominican deputy mayor. Huge deal. Her story as the daughter of a migrant worker to one of the most powerful people in New York City, well, is nothing short of inspiring. We met her in the Blue Room at City Hall. Take a look. Nice to meet you.
Oh, my pleasure. How are you?
Yeah, thanks for taking the time.
Yes.
Now, if people don't know, you are Anna Almanzar, and you are the Deputy Mayor for Strategic Initiatives for New York City. I mean, that's a lot of agencies that you're in charge of. You're also New York City's first Dominican deputy mayor, and there are 1 million Dominicans living in New York City. That's important, and it's about time, right?
Oh, it took, as the mayor always says, Mayor Eric Adams, he says, 110 mayor, and we didn't have a Dominican deputy mayor, and he made it a point to make sure that history was made, and that was made under his administration, an administration that is very diverse, with talent, different history, different background, different ethnic groups, and the importance of bringing that to City Hall, and he's always encouraging us to do that. And what you saw earlier when we were standing in the hallway, a colonel from the Army, a social worker who has an attorney who has been working in social services for a very long time with the state, is now working with us as a deputy mayor. It's a great team, and I'm privileged to be here. And you mentioned my agencies, but it's fun. It's a lot of work, and it's stressful, but it's life-changing work, not only for my experience internally, but for the experience of everyone in New York City that I get to touch with my work.
All right, classic Latina symptoms of talking about how great your team is. This interview and story is going to be about you.
I know.
We're going to come right back to you because you have quite a resume yourself. Let's talk about your journey from Las Palmas, Santo Domingo to City Hall. It was quite a journey. You're starting to tear up already. I mean, how do you feel about that? You must I know when I walked in here, I was like, whoa, I'm here. How do you feel from where you came to where you are now? One of the most powerful women in our city.
Oh, thank you. It's emotional to think about your journey because you go day by day, and very rarely you get a chance to look back, especially when you were this busy. But it was a lot of sacrifices. It was a lot of hard work, sacrifices that I had to make, and sacrifices that my family had to make. I came to the States with my mother. My father was living here, and my late dad, who left the Dominican Republic when he was 52 years old, didn't speak the language, didn't even have a driver's license. And I say his name, my father passed 2 years ago, Lorenzo, because it's a way to keep him alive. And I can only imagine he passed before my announcement, what would have meant for him to see one of his children that he sacrificed everything for. And my parents, who loved us, my mom loved us unconditionally and was always striving for perfection, if not excellence. So those first years in the States, they were tough. I didn't speak the language. We came to Bushwick in North Washington Heights, where most of the Dominican enclave lives. And that was a very difficult challenge because most of my neighbors were English speakers. We didn't have that many Latino families, so it was tough to navigate. But I found my way in this wonderful city that gave my family and I a chance to make a new, trace a new future, a new life for all of us. And for me especially, they gave me opportunities that I couldn't even dream about. Mm-hmm. From coming in and working in a factory for my first years in the country, all the way to becoming a deputy mayor is the story that I want hundreds of young girls to know about. Mm-hmm. That yes, it's hard work. There's a long, long night. But if you have a dream, if you have a vision, through hard work and through dedication, you can accomplish that and more than that.
I was talking to your team earlier, and they were saying, you didn't see this. You didn't see someone like you in the position that you're in. That's incredible to me. And so our wish, or maybe as Latinas, because they're all Latinas, your team,
yes.
And my producer, Veronica Rosario, is also here. is that some little girl is going to be able to see you maybe in this interview, or just you with the mayor, and say, I can do that. That's possible. Is that the whole meaning of this?
I remember when we, and I'm not going to age myself here, date myself a little bit, but when we got to the country, it was Madeleine Albright, and she was a woman, an immigrant woman, who became the Secretary of State. And I thought, wow, this is what one can aspire to. But there's a long distance between arriving in New York, speaking the language, working in a factory, and thinking and seeing Madeleine Albright. I saw it as someone that was just so high, almost unattainable. And this city has done it. This city has provided that for us. I want us all to go there and to showcase who we are and the duality of who we are. Very Dominican and very American, and that we love both. That is a heart that is sort of divided into two pieces, loving both places 100% equally. And that we wanted to just go to 6th Avenue and La Avenida de las Americas, right, the Avenue of the Americas, and just bring our Dominicanness.
Is everybody Dominican? Is everyone Dominican that day?
Everyone is Dominican. Everybody who ever had set a foot in the Dominican Republic is Dominican. It is not a nationality, it is a state of being. It is my husband, who's not Dominican, he says that he is Dominican now. There's no way he'll be from anywhere else.
That's and the mayor said to
the mayor says that himself.
He's Dominican.
I might have been born in Alabama, but I'm Dominican, baby. The mayor Eric Adams is another honorary Dominican. I'm very supportive of the Dominican community as well.
Does your culture make you a better deputy mayor, do you think? Do you think that being Dominican, your culture makes you better?
I think so. I think coming from a country that is rooted in faith, a strong faith in God. It is included in the Dominican flag. The Bible is in the center of the flag. The cross representing our Christianity is part of the flag as well. And that faith in God, and that all that He's done for me, for my family, for us, for our country, but also faith in humanity. That we all have a hint, that we all special, right? Especially the final creation of the Almighty, and to treat every human being as such, that you are part of that divine creation, that God known you from your mother's womb, and that He brought you into the world. And I bring that with me everywhere I go. We as Dominican, if you visit a Dominican family, you'll see that every guest who come to see their family greets everyone, every breathing thing. The cat, the dog, the 2-month-old baby, you touch their feet, acknowledging the presence of every living thing. And I bring that to City Hall, plus our energy and our sense of joy, that in the worst moment, you have to remember that there's a little space for you to tell a story and to ask someone how you're doing, so they know that you see them. Every police officer, member of the NYPD, who works with us, who greets me in the morning, who keeps us safe, I take time
They're
to say hi.
They're going to be along the parade.
Parade, yes, very excited, very
keeping
excited.
us safe. Okay, speed round. We're going to. Is that okay? Can I do the speed round, Veronica? Veronica's the boss today.
Got it.
And so if I get this wrong, she's gonna, when I get back.
Perfect.
So food. What's your favorite Dominican dish?
Oh,
this is speed round.
Sancocho con arroz blanco y moro de habichuela negra.
Okay, Veronica says yes. Place. Where's your favorite beach? Place on the island that's special to you.
A special place is my school in Santo Domingo City in Las Palmas, where I did 8th grade. My best performance. They love me. I'm planning to go back there in October and have a chat with the students. That place really took me in and loved me and cherished me. And then Boca Chica is my favorite beach.
All right. Can we go and go with her when she visits? Can we do that?
Actually be there in October.
Bill, you want to come with us? Bill Muller is behind the camera. He's going to come with us. He's in. He said yes. Memory. What's your favorite memory of the island? Do you ever close your eyes? I know I do this. Do you ever close your eyes during a really busy day and then just go back to that beach, or go back? Like, what's your favorite memory?
Oh, my favorite memory is Three Kings Day, January 5th. We all go to bed as children very early, trying to make sure that it dawns come quickly. And the tradition is that the kids will go to bed, and then late at night, very, very early in the morning, your parents will place the gift in your bed. So you wake up, you roll around, and you hear the crinkling, what's that word? Crinkling. Thank you. I was very close. Thanks, Veronica. The crinkling of the gift, the bag of that doll, and then it's Three Kings Day, and it is like the image is like imagine a town alarm goes off, and every child in the neighborhood comes out of the house. All you do is brush your teeth and grab a piece of bread, and then you have permission just to go into the streets and showcase the gift that your parents, with the most difficult financial situation, they scramble and put some money together to make sure that you had a gift on Three Kings Day. And that's a memory that will never leave me, that my parents, independently of what was going on, they will find the money to do this
took
gift.
me there. She's such a good storyteller. I actually felt you as a child you're such a good storyteller.
Thank
I felt
you.
How do you celebrate your Dominican culture every single day? Is there something that you do, or any favorite photos maybe that we can use for the story?
Well, my team thinks that I should share my picture from my first communion. I don't think I'll do that.
Yes, we're going to put it up. If you say no, we're going to do it.
It's going to be hilarious.
Yes.
How do I celebrate my Dominicanness? I think I alluded to it earlier. I come into City Hall and I treat everyone with respect. The same respect I treat the mayor, the same respect I treat my deputy mayors, but our support staff, our team from IT. Once I do, I'll control delete.
We can't live without the IT department,
right? And we have
I give them presents.
We have a
Dominican
member of that team who loves me, comes in every day to check up on me, make sure I'm okay. But I walk into City Hall and I go back to the story of just greeting and acknowledging every single human being I come in contact with, independent of who they are, just to make sure that I get a minute. And I'm busy, very busy, but not too busy to ask someone, how are you, how's your family, and then stop to listen for the answer and follow up the next morning.
I have to ask you your motto. I always like to end with your motto, your mission statement as a human being, as a leader, as a city official. What is your favorite motto to live by?
It's a quote from Nietzsche, believe it or not. It says that, and I might misquote him, but it goes something like, she who has a why to live for can endure almost anyhow. The original quote says he, but in my case, she. So
there's a lot of switching these pronouns.
We
have to, because that's necessary. Yeah.
So he who has a why to live for can endure almost anyhow, and that is my my motto. The way I see life. I have a why to live for, and that why is to serve. That why is because of all that I received in the city, that I'm working to build a city, continue building a city where many young women, many young girls and boys can see a deputy mayor who has an accent and dream about becoming a deputy mayor who speaks fast, and they can dream about becoming a deputy mayor who's small in stature. By the way, I didn't know how short I was until I took this job, and I took pictures.
How tall are you again?
Well, my document says 5'1". Some people might challenge there, but
that's with heels, right? Or no?
That's without heels.
Well, I did a little research and I found out one of your other mottos is, I think I can say this: be your best. Be your best, and just as that's really it. Be your best.
Be your best, and that goes back to my second grade story. I guess the whole interview is going to be around that. I'll tell my mom. I'm going to warn her about it. Yes, be your best. Be your best when you have the small job or the small position, or the position that you think is not meaningful. But be your best there. I was the best when I was at the factory, to the point that when I came back from college, they would bring me work home because they knew that I'll be able to solve the issue with whatever fabric they were working on at the time. And I tried to be the best when I work at the tour company, and they told me so, that I have done a great job working for them. I try to be the best, and not the best in competition with anybody else, but the best in competition with myself. Who I was yesterday. Am I being better today than I was yesterday? Am I trying harder today than I did yesterday? How can I be a better human not only for the work that I do, but for everyone that I come in contact with, that you don't know how impactful that could be.
Anything else, Veronica?
Work-life balance and dance breaks, and who's your favorite Dominican artist?
Oh, wow. Veronica,
That's a lot of good questions.
Okay,
This
okay.
might
let's do it.
lead the show.
Yes,
it might
yes.
lead what you say here. Maybe,
Okay,
maybe move it up.
Let's see.
So wait, let's do it in order. What was the first one?
Work-life balance.
That's a
that's
tough
tough.
one. Because you have children, right?
I don't have any kids.
You don't have, okay, so,
None
but
of
you
my
have
own.
a big family.
I do. I have a lot of nephews.
So then how do you have family time? How do you,
Yeah, so
you know,
I have,
meditate in the morning? What do you do?
I try to pray.
You pray, yeah.
Pray.
I didn't realize
thanking God in
you're
the
very
morning.
religious,
I
which
am
is-
a very Christian. I'm a Christian. and
The mayor is as well, so
Yes.
there's that alignment, I see.
So
Yeah.
I try to pray every day at least. I try 5 times a day. I don't succeed.
5 times?
As in, I
So-
giving thanks, asking
Okay.
for wisdom.
Yeah. Do you set timers for that?
I
or
do. I have a card
I
in
was
front of
gonna
my
say,
office
my friend does
that
the same
has-
thing. She
that
does
has
set
the
time.
timing, my schedule for it, and trying
I
to
think
remember.
my alarms are going off, but that's for another reason. I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start
It's
setting my
a
alarm.
good way to center it. You intend to think about the bigger picture. But about balance, I don't do that very well. I don't balance my life.
Veronica.
But
interview was
one thing
going
I do,
so-
I do love spending time with my family, and that brings me back to center.
Yeah.
With my nieces and my nephews, and I got it. Can I just mention them so they won't?
Of course.
My nephew Ethan.
We're going to show a whole picture,
Oh, good.
right? We're going to say, where's the pictures? Do we have any photos we
We're
can
gonna-
look
we
through?
have.
All right, I want to look through your photos.
So I
yeah.
have my nephew Ethan, my nephew Matthew, my niece Maxine, my nephew Max, my nephew Daniel, my nephew Eduardo. It's a whole list, and if I leave anybody out. And what I do is that every year I take a trip with my nephew. My husband and I take a trip with my nephews, and then one with my niece later on. And just be aunts and uncles, just be fun.
You're like the best auntie ever.
I try to be. I'm tough though.
Jeez.
I'm very strict.
Really?
But they have great kids, and they love me, and it's a reciprocal relationship, and he just wants.
Veronica wants to dance. What's your favorite dance? Let's go. Let's
Wow,
talk.
we're gonna do music. Music I have several. So bachata, I love bachata, and I love anybody and everyone who brings the Dominican culture and uplift it.
Yeah.
So I like Zacaria Ferreiras and Romeo Santos, of course. I love Toño Rosario when it comes to merengue. And if artists in general, Manny Perez. So any movie with Manny Perez, he has the Tres Sogas, he has El Rey de Najayo, he has Colao. He was in an American-based movie in New York, actually, Pride and Glory, just anything with Manny Perez. I think supporting Dominican artists is very important, and I try to do that every time I can.
We have to, if they're ever on the morning show, we have to get you. You know, Veronica can make that happen.
You can make. Really,
Now
Veronica? Yes, Veronica, hello. My sister.
Now that we know.
One of my sisters has been, my sister Tere. I think she has been to every concert Romeo Santos had in New York City. She loves him.
That's so fun.
Yes, yeah.
And then what was the other question? That was it.
It was work-life balance.
You know what?
Breakdance.
We should have you, whatever you want to say. Do you have anything that you wanted to say? Because this is the moment. It's going to play in the Dominican. Thank gosh. And we're going to stream it. I'm going to try to stream this. And we're watching.
I would like to know, Deputy Mayor, like Las Hermanas Mirabal. You know, we're hearing a lot about them now. Of course, if you grow up Dominican, you know
You know them, madam. Yes.
But now it's going beyond that. And so that's like a sense of pride for me.
Yes.
Like, that's how I know, like, oh, I came from fighters.
Yes.
So how does that story, Las Hermanas Mirabal, and knowing that cultural significance, how does that guide you?
Oh wow, that's the Veronica.
That's a good-
Veronica, you should have prepared me. Well, it's a very dark history in our country of what was done to that families, to those women. But it also showed the heart of our country, of our history, that the whole country said enough. We had enough. If you did this to these young ladies, what else are you going to do? And a group of men decided to just end it. Right? But that strength, the idea that saying no is a full sentence I heard once, and by them saying no, they changed the course of history of the Dominican Republic. So with always that in your background, that those 3 women by saying no change the history. So how can you change the history? By saying yes to something positive.
You can catch me every night on Pix 11 News at 5:45 and 6:45. Don't forget to watch our podcast too. It drops every Friday on YouTube. Let's all keep making it happen together. See you next time.